Two separate therapists. Two separate places. Two separate lives. Yet connected by a wheel within a wheel within a wheel. Ronda Passon, a respiratory therapist, cystic fibrosis patient, and recipient of transplanted lungs. Sharon McRee, a respiratory therapist and innovator of a protocol to preserve lungs for transplantation. Though they've never met, and though Ronda's surgery took place years before Sharon's brainstorm, these AARC members are forever joined in many ways, by profession, by circumstance, by common bond.
I was born with cystic fibrosis, and when I was a year old, I was diagnosed with the disease. And at the time, my parents were told I wouldn't live to be 5 years old. So as I grew older and the disease progressed, my lungs slowly started to deteriorate. And when I was 33, I was fortunate enough to have my double lung transplant.
Ronda got the call at midnight on September 30th in 2000, and by the next afternoon, she was at Loyola University Medical Center in Chicago to have the life-saving surgery. The following January, she was back on the job as a staff therapist at Butterworth Hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where she still works today.
The impact that the transplant has had for me personally I'm just forever grateful for my donor family and for all donor families to give people in my situation that opportunity.
Sharon, who works at Mission Hospital in Asheville, North Carolina, had her aha moment in 2007 when she was approached by a transplant coordinator sent to her hospital by LifeShare of the Carolinas to oversee organ procurement from a donor.
I was working in the neurotrauma ICU one day, and the LifeShare coordinator came up to me and handed me a blood gas. We had an organ donor, and she handed me this blood gas and asked me if I could possibly fix it. The PO2 was too low. So I said, absolutely, I can fix it, but you might not like the parameters that I put the donor on. So she said to go ahead and do it. So I put the donor on our trauma event management protocol, which can be very aggressive, and I set her up on very high settings, but we were able to procure the lungs.
That was the start of something big.
About a week later, we had another organ donor when I was on, and the coordinator, Melissa, came to me again and asked me if I could put her on the same parameters that the other one had been on. And so I did. And we're also able to procure those lungs.
3 successful lung procurements later, Sharon's Mission One Donor Vent Management Protocol was born. LifeShare was next. Sharon's protocol has been credited with significantly increasing the number of donor lungs, not just at Mission Hospital, but at hundreds of others as well.
Well, prior to our protocol, we were sort of at the national average of 16 to 18%, which was 1 or 2 lung donors a year. After our protocol, we had, the first year that we implemented our protocol, we had, out of 16 organ donors, we had 12 of them that we were able to procure the lungs from. LifeShare themselves have seen a huge increase as well. Prior to the protocol, they were at about 5%. And after the protocol, they sort of now maintain approximately anywhere from 29 to 35% of their total donors are lung donors as well.
Unprecedented need, unparalleled compassion, unbelievable outcomes. Respiratory therapists are connected in so many ways.